founder of Guardian Voice of the Missing. Sorry for the pretty quick delay of me announcing I'm going to do a podcast tonight, but I wanted to get one in. I've been very busy on some cases and not been able to get a podcast out, so I do apologize. Also, with my working full time. So I do have a lot of stuff going on, but I definitely wanted to get this podcast out because there's some cases that definitely need to get more information out. And so I appreciate all of you guys that are watching today and hope everything is going well for you guys. Hello, Hades. Good to see you as well. Oh, thank you, Jolie. I appreciate that you guys like my podcast. Like I said, I feel really bad I haven't been doing my podcast. And I was talking to several of other people that I work with and tell them how down I was. And then I got this great message from one of the family members that I run their case. In fact, I will be running his case tonight about how much they appreciate everything I do for the families out there, the missing. And that just really made my day, because I feel when I don't get my podcast out and stuff, or I don't get flyers made, I feel like I'm letting people down. So that really brightened my day that a family member did message me and tell me that how much they appreciate everything that I do. So finding Kajara. Yes, I will be having her case on again tonight as well. So I've been trying to keep following up and recognizing and getting information out on all the cases. I do have an announcement. I'll make it really quick before I get into cases tonight. We are having a special podcast on Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. I will have another advocate and a private investigator that I work with online, so we can talk about missing persons report, questions that people have, questions that have came from us from families. It is kind of an open forum, so we would love everybody to come in and be active. If there's cases that you want us to cover, please feel free to send a comment message or anything, or you can comment below the podcast. I think it'll be really good. We'll talk about like what families need to do, how to take care of themselves during this time, how we as advocates, private investigators, law enforcement can help you guys through this process, giving out some resources and stuff like that. So it was something we kind of put together, and I think it's really important because working on some of the cases that we have or we've had in the past, just hearing responses from families and loved ones about what they go through, and seeing what we could do and be better at as an advocate, or anybody that is involved in a missing persons case. So please look out for that. It is out on both the page, the website, Missing Persons Alerts Nationwide. It's on every one of those pages. It's on my personal page. So I thought I would give you guys that heads up that we are doing that this Saturday for you guys as an open forum of things that you guys would like to see different in the missing persons world, what we can do to be better at helping locate people as well. So great. I look forward to you being there, Jolie. I think Jolie, I've kind of met a little bit through the Finding Kajara, and I think she is a great voice for the missing. So I have to give you kudos. I loved it when you reached out to me, and I see all the things that you're doing to help locate Kajara. Not for sure who this is. I don't always see who is talking to me. Hey, stranger, I've been going through a lot of PTS stuff. So I've been AWOL for a while on purpose, but simply trying to take care of yourself. Love you, lady. Whoever posted that, you're in my prayers, of course. And thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and get started on some of these cases that I have. I am going to go ahead and start out with Kajara. So Kajara Frazee, she is missing out of Beaumont, California. She went missing on February 23rd of 2023. She was 22 years old at the time she went missing. 5'7", 154 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. At the time of her disappearance, she was 35 weeks pregnant, and she should have given birth to her son at this time. She was last seen around 10:39 p.m. in the area of Beaumont Avenue and First Street, leaving on foot. She was wearing a black shawl, black hoodie, gray sweatpants, and black slip-on shoes. She does live in the city of Moreno Valley, but was with a family member in Belmont when she became upset and walked away from her family member's vehicle at the location. She is not familiar with the Belmont area. She has not been seen or heard from since. Loved ones are concerned for her and her child's safety and well being. If you have any information regarding Kajara's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Belmont, California Police Department at 951-769-8500. One thing that I definitely want to say on this case, and then also on a lot of other cases, please have respect for the family if they don't want to talk and they want to have their privacy. Also, not making comments that are upsetting, ugly. I don't really know the best word to say, but as an advocate and as people that are involved in the missing person world, whether you're a family member, whether you're just, want to help or whatever, that's one of the hardest things is like keeping that support for the family. The families go through such emotional times. Like, I mean, they're up one minute, down the next, they feel lost. They feel like they have no strength. They don't know what to do. And one of the things that I just cannot stand for is people that just want to be ugly. One thing about that people have to understand, this goes with family and law enforcement, they can't tell you everything that's going on in a case. The biggest thing is protected cases. This is something we're definitely going to cover on Saturday. But with Kajara, with following her case and everything, I see the comments that are on the page that is set up. I see everybody's opinions and everything. But you know what I don't see? I don't see people sharing their story. That's what we're here for. Sharing those flyers, sharing that information, not to give an opinion on, their family is this or their family is that or that person is this. It doesn't matter. What matters is the missing person. This is a mother. This is someone that went missing pregnant, has had the child or should have had the child, I should say, because we don't know what has happened to her. That is a highly, case that needs to be out in the public. It needs to be shared. It doesn't matter the other circumstances. It's about getting that information and let's get her located. So I really, really stress the fact that if you're on pages, or if you're on like the family's personal page or a page that was set up, be kind, because you 100% do not want to be in the situation that these families are in. Me as an advocate and other advocates, private investigators, law enforcement, whoever I work with, that is just something that we just are not going to tolerate or stand for. If you are going to be ugly on a page, especially, I will speak for my own page, you're not welcome to be there, because I'm not going to have family members attacked on pages. So if you can leave a comment, that's great if it is supporting the family. Otherwise, hit the road. That's just I'm just strongly opinionated in that. So my heart does go out to Kajara's family. I know they are just one of the millions of cases that are out there of missing people where family or people want to be ugly towards the family. You know what? Share the flyer. Keep your opinion to yourself if you're not going to do something to support that family. That's the way I feel about it. I guess if I lose people, on my page or whatever, then that's fine. I'm here to protect the families, and I'm here to protect integrity of cases and locate missing people. So I just really wanted to say that about Kajara's, because I've seen a lot of not really kind things that have been going on her case. And the biggest thing that I don't see is people sharing her flyer. So put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if your daughter, your loved one, your wife, your whatever went missing, your child went missing, and you have to deal with intolerable idiots? So share a flyer. That's, if you can't say nothing nice, please share the flyer. That's the best thing that you can do. So you guys know me, I kind of go on a little rant once in a while. So Oh, hi, Amber. I'm glad that things are going, I'm hoping a little bit better for you. I know that you've had some stuff going on, but you've always been in my prayers. Just some of the comments that are coming in. Hi, Allison. It is. I don't know who put this, but it is mind boggling how nasty people can be. I just have no tolerance for it. And I know a lot of people I work with have no tolerance for that as well. And that is true. When you agree to the group rules, you're agreeing to be respectful and committed to share. Absolutely. One of the things that I've seen, and I think Jolie can probably talk about it too. I think it's just people don't understand that the family can't share everything. So then they think people are hiding information or they don't really care about the person, is kind of the take that I've gotten from the things that I've seen, not just on Kajara's case, but on others. And honestly, I think there's people out there that just want to cause a ruckus. Like, you know, I don't know. I just think some people have nothing better to do with their time. I don't know. But like I said, I think Jolie could probably, if she wants to comment and step in or whatever. But, I think just a lot of it is they don't know what's going on and they feel like they should know everything. And I mean, honestly, we can't know everything. Yep, I agree. Stir the pot. And I do agree. That's sad. Like, I don't know. That's not something I want to do every day, is to see if I can upset someone. So, but that is just something that I really wanted to stress out, because Kajar's case is not the only case out there that this is happening. It's happening on a lot of cases. And I would hope that if you guys see it, make a comment, let admins know that it's going on so they can get rid of the comment, and hopefully whoever that is can be removed. This next case is a case that I have shared before. Sorry, I had to take a drink. This is Andrea Jerry White. She is missing out of Humboldt, California on July 31st, 1991. She is 22 years old. She is now 54, 5 foot, 115 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She does have a 5-inch scar on the left side of her temple. She does go by the name Chick. Chick was last seen wearing a black leather jacket, white shirt, Levi jeans, and possibly sneakers. She was carrying a black and white duffel bag with a purple skirt, black sweater, black spandex tights with lace at the ankle, and black satin pumps. It is not known if she had her ID or not, and she did not have a purse at that time. Chick was last seen in the Blue Lake, California at 1:30 p.m. on July 31st, 1991. She has been to court hearing in Eureka, California, and she was hitchhiking back to Hoopa, California, where she was living. She was last seen on Highway 299, just east of Blue Lake exit. It was not confirmed, but she may have gotten a ride in a green and white 4-door Chevy Impala with snow/mud tires. If you have any information regarding Andrea's disappearance or know her whereabouts, please call the Humboldt County Sheriff's Department at 707 445 7439 or 707 445 7251. There is a $10,000 award for information leading to her whereabouts. One thing I will say on Chick's case is she's very missed by her family. She's missed by her children that were young at the time of her disappearance. This is not an individual that would have went missing on her own. She had children that she took care of, that she loved, and was hard at taking care of her children. She's very loved by her sister and other loved ones. And I would love to see if anybody has any information on this case. I know it's an old case, and I know a lot of people think that, oh, these old cases aren't going to ever get solved. But I know just recently I've shared cases from 40 years ago that they have actually identified those people, individuals and stuff. So never give up hope on finding somebody, but also, again, sharing flyers, you never know who might see it that might remember something even clear back in 1991. So my prayers definitely go out to her family. She has a great family that would love to find some closure in her case. So again, guys, share those flyers. I would love to see more flyers shared and stuff. Yes, she has 6 children. Well, she does. She has 4 or 5. I can't remember now. Um, that's okay. But I know what case you're talking about. I am working a flyer on that case. I have a mother missing out of Delaware that left behind her 6 children, and is very much out of her character. So that is a case that I'm working on getting a flyer out for you guys to get shared. She's been missing now probably about 11 or 12 days. So we are definitely trying to get her case out there and seen by everybody. So hopefully I will get that done here by tomorrow because I finally got the information I needed to do her flyer. So always give prayers out to those families and support. This next case is out of Louisville, Kentucky. This is Andrea Michelle Knable. She went missing on August 13th, 2019. At the time of her disappearance, she was 37. She is now 41, 5'7", 180 pounds, brown hair, and hazel eyes. She does have a scar on her face. Andrea was last seen wearing a light colored tank top, white cotton shorts, Nike tennis shoes, size 8.5. She was carrying a flat white purse she kept in her back pocket and her cell phone. She was last seen on foot in the area, the 4,000 block of Fincastle Road in Louisville, Kentucky at 1 a.m. It has been said that she was heading to her mother's house. Andrea has had no contact with loved ones or activity on her social media, which is out of the ordinary. Andrea's phone and her flat purse have not been found. If you have any information regarding Andrea's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Louisville, Kentucky Police Department 502-574-7111 or TLPI Investigations at 502-427-1010. I will tell you a little bit more about Andrea. Andrea was also a missing persons advocate when she went missing. So, she, did a lot of work in the missing persons to help locate people and stuff like that. So, it is very, scary when you see an advocate that goes missing because, we're working with missing people and finding missing people. You wouldn't think that we would go missing, but I know her case is still very active. Law enforcement is working very hard on her case. If anybody has any information on her case, please reach out to law enforcement or the PI that is working on her case. Definitely, like any of these cases are getting older. We don't want those cases to go cold. So, please share out these cases. If you would like to learn more about Andrea's case, there is on Discovery Plus, Finding Andrea. It is a documentary on her case if you would like to learn more information on it. There also are some websites out for her and Facebooks that have been posted on her as well. So again, please share her flyer. If you have any information, please share. And yep, you're right. This case is very active. And again, we can't always tell people what is going on with cases and stuff. There's things I know about a lot of different cases that I just can't share. But believe me when I say that a lot of these cases, if not almost all these cases, are very active. Law enforcement, PIs, and advocates are working these cases, trying to get information and trying to get them solved. So yes, Andrea's case is definitely very active. Law enforcement is very involved with her case as well. The private investigator working on the case is amazing, very hardworking, and won't stop until they get the answers and get her located. So definitely, if you guys know something, you can also, any of these cases, you can send information to my page or send me a message or anything. I will get it over to law enforcement and stuff for you if you do not feel comfortable talking to law enforcement. You can always be anonymous when you leave tips for law enforcement and stuff, but just let me know if you have any information too, if you don't feel like you can go to law enforcement. But please, any little thing could break open a case wide open. So don't hesitate, because again, if you were in this situation, had a loved one missing, that's what you would want someone to do for you. This next case is Andrea Freeman. She is missing out of Anderson, South Dakota. She went missing on November 8th, 2022. She's 48 years old. She is now 49, 5 foot to 5'3", 130 to 140 pounds, auburn hair, blue eyes. She has no tattoos, scars, or piercings. She had left on foot. She had her ID and a backpack with her. It is unlike Andrea to not return home or to have contact with her loved ones. If you have any information regarding Andrea's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Anderson County, South Carolina Sheriff's Office at 864-260-4400. And again, her case, I know her family is desperate for any answers out there on that. I really beg people to really share her flyer because her information is not getting passed on very much. You guys know me, I don't pick one case over the other. But please, if we could get her flyer, it is out on missing persons alerts. It is also out on the Guardian. It's also out on my personal page. So please, guys, please share these flyers. I would like to see a record number of flyer shares this month, and just really flood social media with these missing persons flyers, because I'm telling you, the families are so appreciative of any help that they can get. Yeah, she is a case that I came across. I can't even remember how, but I came across her case and have also seen her family post some stuff. So I did a flyer for them. Okay, great. Yeah, definitely send it to me. I don't know how many of you guys saw. We had posted an Amber Alert out of Topeka, Kansas today. I didn't make a flyer for them because I was at a meeting, but I shared through my phone. Also, I know Allison Missing Persons Alerts. She had also shared it over. I want to tell you guys that they have been located. The mother is in custody. The kids are all safe. So I did want to let you guys know that Amber Alert has been canceled. I believe there was one more Amber Alert out of Texas today. And when I checked right before I got on it looked like that one has been closed out as well. So definitely any cases you guys see, let me know. And I will try to get flyers and stuff out. 1 million clicks. Boy, Allison, you're going to keep us busy. And yes, that was great news. I was really glad because I just had everything posted up to show you guys them prior to me coming on. So I was glad to see that they had been found. All right, this is Beth Ann Alper out of Rush, Colorado. She went missing on August 21st of 2022. She's 54 years old. She is now 55. She's 5'4", 178 pounds, blonde hair, and blue eyes. She may dye her hair darker. She has her bottom front teeth have been extracted, and she also wears glasses. She has a tattoo of a rose on the back of her cap. She was last seen leaving her ranch between noon and 1 p.m. on August 21st, 2022. She left in a tan color sedan heading east on Sheer Road. However, it is unknown if she was driving the vehicle or if somebody else was. Beth has had no communication or been active on social media with her since her disappearance. This is out of the ordinary for her not to be in contact with others. She's actually been known to be an over communicator and posts on social media multiple times a day. She does have ties to Illinois and could have traveled there. If you have any information regarding Beth's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the El Paso, Colorado Sheriff's Department at 719-520-7100. Hopefully, I mean, August is a long time. We're going to be rolling on a year here pretty soon. With her, I know people are like, it's just June. Well, I don't even know where May went. So, again, get these flyers, shared out to as many people as you guys can. Again, I don't expect you guys to be crazy like some of us advocates are and to, share. And that's all our personal pages and everything are. But, share at least one a day, just one flyer a day. If you could do more, that would be awesome. I'm going to tell you the families will be so appreciative. So this next case is from April 22nd, 2021 out of Browning, Montana. This is Arden Marie Pepin. She went missing. She was 3 years old. She would now be 5. She was 3 foot at the time of her disappearance and 31 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She is enrolled in the Blackfeet tribe of the Blackfeet Indian Reservation of Montana. She was last seen, there's a picture there at the bottom of the flyer, wearing a purple jacket with a unicorn design on the front, gray sweater, and black leggings around 7 p.m. in the vicinity of the Joe Show East off of U.S. Highway 89 South on the Blackfeet Reservation. Arden was in the care of her uncle and spending time with him, in the area of the Joe Show East Road in Two Medicine area. Her uncle and his girlfriend reported that they were practicing shooting when they noticed that Arden was not around. He said he saw footprints leading to the river, which was about 50 yards away. They did not report her missing until 5 hours after she was last seen. From what I've seen is they said that they were searching for her, and that's why it took so long for them to report to law enforcement, was one of the articles I read. Police did search for several days. They did locate one of Arden's boots in the river. Arden's uncle, his name is Hayhax Vidal, pled guilty in October 2021 to negligent endangerment and received 9 months of house arrest and a $500 fine. Kimberly Higgins, who was his girlfriend, was charged with accountability. However, her charges were dropped with a plea agreement. If you have any information regarding Arden's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Blackfeet Tribe Montana Law Enforcement Agency or the BIA at 833-560-2065. Her case just breaks my heart, to even hear. So please, keep her story alive and everything for her family. So little. I believe they did search the river, from what I understand. Could be wrong, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure they had searched the river. But I do know that there has been several cases, depending on the river and how fast the water moves, if it's rain, anything like that. She could be, if she went down in the river, I'm not saying that she did, so I don't want anybody to think that that's what I think. If she did go down into the river, because that is a possibility, she could be tangled up in tree vines, any type of brush or anything like that. And I know we've had several cases of people disappearing or falling off boats or falling into the water. And it took time for if the water would go down or it just over time they broke loose if they were caught up into brush and everything. So as far as I know, they still are looking for her. But I believe they did search the river, but I don't disagree. I think if you searched it at the time, you need to search it again because chances are that is a high possibility she could be in there. Facebook user says it breaks my heart. I don't think they did anything to her with that river. I think they did something before, and the river was the next best thing to dispose of the body. But I pray the baby girl is okay and not in the river. I can't really disagree with you. I do believe that there is foul play in Arden's case. So, again, prayers out to the family. And hopefully something will come across and they could get some closure for that family and find her for them. This next case is out of Rapid City, South Dakota. This is Carlin Standing Elk. She went missing on April 26, 2023 at age 17, 5'9", 130 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and white shoes. If you have any information regarding Carlin's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Pennington County, South Dakota Sheriff's Office at 605-394-4131. And hopefully someone will see her or she will return home. South Dakota, one thing I will have to say about Rapid City, South Dakota, law enforcement, I have worked with them and talked to them, and they are very good about getting information out on the database of their missing persons and getting pictures and all that. So I do applaud them for doing that. All right. This next case I have ran before. I think the last time it was in January that I reported on Cornelius Casey Frederick Boxlog. He went missing from South Salt Lake, Utah on June 6, 2022. He was 29 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 30. He was around 6 foot to 6'2", 130 to 150 pounds, sandy hair, and his eyes are gray. He does have a scar about 2 inches long on his lower abdomen and a smallpox vaccine scar. Casey was last seen on camera near his apartment at the 3808 Southwest Temple in South Salt Lake City, Utah on June 6 at around 11:40. Wearing a dark green Wrangler's cargo pants, gray shirt, military boots, or sneakers. He does usually wear a hat, and he could have been heading to work. Casey was driving a 2012 silver Suzuki SX4, which was located at a remote road at the Castle Rock exit 180 in Summit County, Utah on June 8, 2022. His vehicle has Utah plates, a white skier/snow life, and the tag number was E068FE. They were not on the car when it was located. One of the other things that I have recently learned is the tag was taken off, but the screws were put back in that hold the tag. So kind of interesting and suspicious that the tag was removed. Unsure of who removed the tag, but the tag is missing. And it still has not been located. Casey had his cell phone with him, and it had last pinged by a cell tower approximately at the 2100 South and 300 West in Salt Lake City, Utah on the morning of June 6th. He had a black Mountain Smith backpack, which there is a picture of it on his flyer as well. He had a black 2022 SIG 9mm handgun, which there's a picture of that. The Gerber multi-tool, which I don't have a picture of, but I will get that updated on his flyer because I have located that. A keychain with a Suzuki key and 2 house keys, as well as several keys that he had for his job. The keychain had 2 pictures, which you can see there on that keychain, and a dark paracord dongle and an Ulta bottle stopper. The picture is similar to the photos for the Dogga and the bottle opener stopper. Absolutely none of these items have been recovered. None of them. So if you're in that area or anything, if you happen to find them, please turn those over to law enforcement immediately. If you have any information regarding Casey's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Salt Lake City, Utah Police Department at 801-412-3600 or the Valley Emergency Communication Center at 801-840-4000. There is a $50,000 reward for information leading to his whereabouts. Again, I know his family has been very vocal on his case. They plead for any type of help that they can get. I agree. Rapid City does have a lot of missing teenagers, and I try to get all their flyers out. There's several that have been gone for a while. There's several that repeatedly go missing. But I know that law enforcement really is trying to, and they're begging for anybody to help them get their information out. From what I understand, up there in Rapid City, they actually have a running billboard of their missing persons. I've been told that. I've never seen it, but I heard that they do. So they definitely want help with those cases. Sorry, guys, I have to get a drink. Our next case is Donald Arnold Carlton. He is missing out of Newport, Arkansas on March 13th of 2019. He was 55 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 60 years old. He was 5'9", 220 pounds, brown hair and green eyes. He has multiple tattoos on his arm, back, left, calf, chest, and shoulder. I don't have any pictures of those. So if there's somebody out there that a family member or a friend that may have pictures of him, please contact me. I would love to update his flyer as well and get that information out. He could be using the name Don or Donnie Carlton, Don or Donnie Carlton, or Don Arnold Johnson or Gary. He was reported that he had left his residence of an acquaintance in the late night hours of March 13th of 2019. He has not been seen or heard from again. If you have any information regarding Donnie's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Jackson County, Arkansas Sheriff's Office at 870-523-5842. So again, if any of these cases, if you are a family member or a friend and you have information that I can add to their flyers, please let me know, because I'd love to put as much information as possible out there for people to see. And I cannot stress the importance of the more detail of an individual there is, like tattoos, piercings, scars, stuff like that. Those are all great things to know about your missing persons if they have anything like that. Because unfortunately, and it's again not something that we like to talk to, but if they would locate an individual that was deceased, and they're able to see tattoos and stuff, it does help them be able to identify them a little quicker and make contact with family. Again, it's not something that I ever want to have happen, but it is the reality that we are living, that sometimes we just don't find them fast enough. So again, I can't stress making sure you guys get that type of information over to law enforcement as well. If you want a flyer, as you guys see, most of you know how my flyers are. I tried to put all that detail out there on there. This is something that I definitely wanted to share. This is something recent. So I wanted to share this with you guys because there is an individual that is not identified on here. 6 women were found dead in Oregon in less than 3 months. All but 5 of them have been identified. However, 1 has not. I have not read a lot about this. I know there are stuff out there that, and again, I don't want to spread rumors, but possibility that there's a serial killer. I know no one wants to talk about that, but that is a reality. They are out there. So I wanted to get the information out about the girl that is unidentified that they have found and located out to you guys. I haven't made a flyer for that yet. Again, I just came across this case today, but I want to definitely, if anybody recognizes this is a sketch of her, who they said did die April 24th of 2023. These are tattoos, like we said, like I've been telling you guys that they have tattoos. The tattoo of the Buddha was on her right upper back, on her shoulder blade, and then the musical note with the letter V was on the left side of her upper chest as well. So those were two tattoos that they did find. Also, the woman was found wearing rings and bracelets, a green long sleeve shirt, a black and white zip up jacket, jeans, and a black and white Adidas cleats. So, again, one of the things with unidentified, I want you guys really to look at this. I do want to get her shared out there. I know there's some other advocates that have got her shared out there. I will try to put together a flyer for her for unidentified. I have not really ever done a lot of the unidentified, but I do try to post them over, but make a flyer. Hopefully someone out there has to know who she is. So even if you're not for sure, she looks familiar, or you possibly maybe the tattoo, please give it to law enforcement. At least so then if there is DNA out there in file or anything, I would speculate that she will go into the NamUs database under the unidentified. And what they do when they find these, if there's somebody that comes forward and says, hey, I think that might be my missing loved one, and they have DNA, or they'll get DNA and they'll run that DNA to hopefully identify her. So I cannot stress the importance also the unidentified, getting their cases shared out there, because you never know. Even if it's not from the state that your loved one may have went missing, you just never know. It's worth at least to, cross that off if it isn't your loved one. But I always try to express to families, if there are people that are found in certain areas, maybe not exactly where your loved one went missing, it's always good to contact that law enforcement just to check out and see if it could possibly be your loved one. So in her case of this unidentified woman, the multi-county health department, I know I said that wrong, spokesperson Sarah Dean said that the county would not release any details about the cause of death, and the police have not released any information as well, other than the fact that they released a sketch and are asking anyone who recognizes her to contact the Monmouth County Medical Examiner by calling 503-988-0055. So again, you guys, if you recognize her, or any advocates out there that, maybe have ran across some cases that this individual could be, please, share that information over to law enforcement. Okay, so someone has let me know that the cleats are size 11, so that's really good. For her height, it was clear that she was not wearing her own size, but she may have been homeless. Shoes of any size are a commodity. Her remains were found in a tent on April 21st. Good information. I don't know who is talking or whatever, but if you would please send me a message, that would be great, because I would love to get a flyer out for her. 5'2", it's very unlikely. I think she wears a size 11. Well, I'm 5'2" and I wear a size 10. I guess I have a big foot for my size, but I don't know. 5'11" is pretty big, so that is possible. The medical examiner has released that they do not believe her death was a homicide related. Okay. All right. Thanks, Tabitha. I appreciate that. I know you were one of the advocates that's been sharing that case. So great. So again, possibility, they're thinking that it's not homicide is what we're being told. So hopefully someone out there does recognize her and we get her family notified, and maybe they can get some resolution for their missing loved one. This is Francis Brady. He is missing out of Rapid City, South Dakota, April 29th of 2023. He's 14 years old, 5'5", 140 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and blue pants. If you have any information regarding Francis' disappearance or know his whereabouts, please call the Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605 394 4131. This is a newer case that family came and I talked to. Maurice, he goes by Fuzzy Bruson, is missing out of Charlotte, North Carolina on May 21st, 2023. He's 39 years old, 5'2", 220 pounds, black hair, and hazel eyes. He does have multiple tattoos on his body. However, the only pictures that I have of his tattoos are these that are on his arms. I tried to get that one picture where he's in the red shirt. You can see his tattoos on his arm. I tried to get those a little bit clearer, and I was not able to. So, but as you can see, he has sleeves on both of his arms. Just that one arm, I got the best one down to kind of look at what the design is. He does go by Fuzzy, as I said. He had left a treatment facility in the area of Duchesne Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina on foot. He does have chronic illnesses that do require medication, which he does not have. He could be in the Charlotte or Fayetteville, North Carolina areas. Family is extremely concerned for his well-being because, like I said, he does have some chronic illnesses that do require medication that he does not have. And he also had left the medical facility that he was at. So if you have any information regarding Maurice, aka Fuzzy's disappearance, or you know his whereabouts, please call 911 or the Charlotte, North Carolina Police Department at 704-336-5729. Again, please, guys, if you guys could really push his story and get it out there, I know the family would be greatly appreciative. If we could really try to boost his being a newer case and get it out there and help for the family. That's one thing that they were hoping to get help on. This next case, another case out of Rapid City, South Dakota. This is on May 1st of 2022. This is Nicholas White. He was 25 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 26, 5'3", 115 pounds, brown hair, and hazel eyes. Nicholas does have a tattoo of a triangle on his left shoulder and claws on the right side of his chest. If you have any information regarding Nicholas' disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605-394-4131. Again, if there's any family members or friends that could get me a better picture of Nicholas or more information about his tattoos, I would greatly appreciate it so I can get a better updated flyer out for him. Oops, sorry. Do you know, are you talking about the one I just showed, or is there another one? Okay. I will try to get that shared over and look at that. Thank you for letting me know that. Again, he is still active on the South Dakota website. And I know, like I said, Rapid City police, they are very good about updating as soon as they confirm whether or not a person has been found. But I appreciate you letting me know that because that may be something we need to send over to law enforcement and let them look into. Here's a case I have shared Paul Christian before. His family is very active in keeping his story out there. Wonderful people. They are really desperate on getting any information out there. So again, from a family, they really are asking for help for anybody to share Paul's information. Paul is missing out of Lowell, Massachusetts on April 26th of 2022. He was 41 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 42. He is 5'8", 200 to 240 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen in Lowell General Hospital, St. Campus in Lowell, Massachusetts. If you have any information regarding Paul's disappearance, or you know his whereabouts, please call Lowell, Massachusetts Police Department at 978-937-3244. One thing I'll tell you guys too, You can also call 911 on any one of these cases. If you see an individual out there, you can also kind of call 911 if you want. So again, like I said, his family has been looking nonstop for him as well. Okay, this next case is out of Farmington, New Mexico. This is Remos Yazzie. He went missing on January 5th of 2022. He was 29 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 31. He is 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He does have a tattoo on his left side of his neck that says skate and destroy, which you can see at the bottom of the flyer there. He also has that Snoopy on top of his house on his right forearm. He is enrolled in Navajo Nation. He had been released from the hospital due to him and another person had been in a car accident, and he had texted his mother possibly the same day or before the accident from a person's phone, possibly a girlfriend, but loved ones do not know her name and had never met her. The text said that he was going to a funeral in Gallup, New Mexico on January 5th, 2022. The last time family had physically seen him was New Year's Eve and early New Year's Eve morning on 2022. There has been no further contact with Remos since the text on January 5th. It is out of his character for Remos to not have contact with his loved ones. He does not have a phone or an ID on him. He has not been active on social media. He does frequently be at the Brookside Park in Farmington Park and enjoys skateboarding. If you have any information regarding Remos's death or disappearance or know his whereabouts, please call the Farmington, New Mexico Police Department at 505-599-1070. So again, if there's any skate parks out there, maybe keep an eye out on him and contact law enforcement. I know his family would greatly appreciate any information on his case. The last case of the night is Tristan Black Elk. He went missing from Rapid City, South Dakota on April 16th, 2023. He's 16 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 17, 6'1", 150 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a white t-shirt and tan pants. He has multiple tattoos on his hands and forearms. If you have any information regarding Tristan's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Pennington County, South Dakota Sheriff's Office at 605-394-4131. Like I said, that is the last case that I do have to cover tonight. I appreciate all of you guys coming on and sharing stuff, being active during the podcast as well. Again, I want to remind you, we are having that special podcast this Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Time, where we are going to discuss missing persons reports, any questions that anybody has. Families can come on there. We want to be able to give some positive support for families, answer their questions, help out with their missing persons cases in any way that we possibly can. We will have another advocate on, as well as a private investigator on as well. So to give you guys a lot of multiverse, answers and help. The private investigator is very good. I do help her out on cases as well. So she has been an awesome resource for families and stuff, and very good at working on the cases that she does come across. So I thought it would be a great idea to have her on there, because I know there are families that do have questions about if they should hire a private investigator. What does that entail? What does that look like? Also, we want to address stuff on law enforcement. how like a lot of times people don't think that law enforcement is working the cases. However, they are working the cases. And then also being able to educate, because I know there's law enforcement that, do watch the podcast and follow stuff. What can they do to make things better? So basically, it's just an open forum to help support, answer questions for loved ones. For us to get together, what things do we need to do to help make some changes to make finding people better and being able to be that quality support that family and loved ones need. So again, you guys can send me messages if you have questions that you would like us to answer. I encourage if there's other advocates, because I know there's other advocates here on my podcast, any information that you guys see, because a lot of advocates I know, we are scattered clear across the nation. So what's going on in your guys' area? What can we do as a group to really come united? Because I know, and I will tell you, being in the missing persons world, people are not always kind, not even to us advocates. My biggest thing, if you're out here to make money, to be some glory and get your name on a billboard, as I'm just this most awesome advocate, this is not the place for you. That's my personal opinion. Working personally with families, I know some of the other advocates that are on right now. When you're working with a family and seeing all the heartache and emotion that goes with that family, it definitely opens up your eyes. Like I said, I do this as a lot of the advocates do. I tell my families, you can reach out to me anytime. I don't want them ever to feel alone. And I definitely don't do well with recognition. I don't want recognition. I want to find their loved one. I want to help them get through this process. And I want to make this missing person's situations and stuff better, easier on the family, finding people more quickly, making the changes that need to be made. As well as a lot of the reason I started Guardian is I want to get out cases that don't get heard. I'm big about Indigenous people and getting their cases out there, and stressing to law enforcement how every missing person case is important. Every missing person case deserves to have as hard as work as the next one. Like, that is my biggest thing. So, but I know there's people out there that have different opinions and, want to make money. And that's just not what I'm about. Also, a lot of the advocates and people that I know and the advocates that I know they're on right now, they're not like that either. They want to get the information out. They want to get the correct information out. They want to be a support and give resources to the loved ones, and they want to get people found. And I truly applaud the people I've met while doing this. You guys all are doing an amazing job. Missing persons alerts, doing great. Saoirse, another great advocate that gets information out there. And, we try to not have families have to fight some of the nastiness that comes along. We want to protect our families and stuff. So I just want to put that out there, and again, we're having that open forum on Saturday. I encourage everybody to join. Please share that we're having that. It is out on Guardian, and I believe it's out on Missing Persons Alerts. Saoirse, if you can add that, pass it on about the podcast on Saturday, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's some great advocates out there in the world. There's some great people that want to help find people. And the sad reality, like we talked earlier with Kajara's case, there's people out there that are not kind. They're not in support of the families. And that is something that I would like to see definitely change, and to know that if I see it, I know if Allison sees it, Saoirse sees it, we immediately get it down off of our platforms and stuff like that. So let us know if we don't catch it. Please let us know. Because I will automatically ban people off my page. I don't have time for it. So, and I know that they do that as well. Al says, nice to meet some of you fine folks. See you on Saturday. Someone tells me Angel, thank you. That's hard. That's hard for me, you guys. Um, nope, that's true. Everything I do right now through the podcast, um, a lot of us work full-time jobs. The podcast, all this making flyers are free. That's one thing I want to stress. I don't charge to make flyers either. I know there are people that do. I don't. All right. Thank you, Saoirse. I appreciate that. But again, guys, I appreciate the families that share. I can't say enough for the families. My heart goes out to you guys every day. I pray for you guys every day. I'm here for you guys whenever you need it. My phone is always on. I always tell them if I don't answer you right away, I'm not ignoring you. I do work a full-time job. I do have some stuff in the works that only a few people know about, but I will share later on. But know that I will try to keep more regular on the podcast. I do feel like I've let a lot of you guys down. And like I said, when that family member reached out to me and said, I appreciate everything you do for all the families, that really kind of made my day because I was really struggling that I haven't been doing enough. And I don't like that. So I'm hoping with some of the changes that might change where I'll be a little bit more active. But like I said, I have been working on some cases, trying to get information out. And again, I want to say thank you to the advocates that are out there that are amazing. Allison, Saoirse, there's so many out there. But to the private investigators, to law enforcement. But my biggest shout out is to your families. You guys are strong. Know that you are not alone in this, and keep doing what you're doing and reach out if you are down or you feel like you need help. Please reach out. Like I said, we're here for you. We will do for you. You can always reach out to me and let me know. Thank you, whoever said that. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate. So again, like you guys let you guys know I always close out with prayer. Again, I appreciate and love you guys all for everything that you do. And let's make things better out there for the missing person. So say a short prayer here for everybody and close out for the night. Again, thank you guys all for coming. I appreciate it. Dear Lord, thank you for giving the advocates, law enforcement, private investigators the strength, the wisdom, the knowledge to keep fighting hard, pushing through cases, following all the leads that we have, and helping bring loved ones home to their families. To the families, to give them strength, hope, to never give up, but also to give them the time for them to not wear themselves out during this process, how hard it is for all of them. Continue to wrap your arms around each and every one of the missing, their loved ones, and protect all from anything. If any of these cases, if there has been foul play, please help law enforcement find those individuals, get them in a place where they can never harm another loved one again. Amen. Thank you guys. Love you all. And I will see you guys on Saturday.